Hello and welcome to Patch. I'm your host, Paul James. Today I'm joined by the COVID-stricken Matto Phillips. How are you, mate?
Stricken is a very loosely based thing for where I live. Stricken, nah.
Just a
But
slightly runny nose, but otherwise all good, right?
oh good. Not dead on a bed or anything. I'm good to go.
Well, yeah, hopefully. I guess hopefully no more of that then, I guess. Um,
No more what? Like falling on beds?
yeah, no dying on beds, no
No.
ramping
There'll be
up of
none
the
of that.
illness. Hopefully when are you supposed to come out of isolation at this point?
Thursday.
Thursday. Hopefully come
So
Thursday
two
you're all
days.
good.
Of course we are. We'll be fine. Don't you worry about that, kiddies, and other people listening.
Who aren't kids.
Like,
What have you been doing with the time so far? I saw on Twitter you talking about playing some games.
just playing some games. What else can you do?
Can't
Watch some
work, so
sports.
it's not bad.
Watch some sports. Watch a movie.
Like, it's a horrible way to be, but that's why I'm so desperate to get it myself. I need a week off work for starters. But knowing that
Yeah,
I'd spend all my time in here and I could just binge. Like, this could be where I sleep, which is not great because this shed gets real cold. Like, I'll probably need a few layers, but
you
like, I'll
got
just sleep in here and play games in here the whole time. Happy to do it. So come at me, COVID.
Bring it.
Kill me. Anyway, we are doing a first for the show. We are... Well, I guess we've ranked things in the past, but we haven't had a formal system in play before. Now we do, thanks to the good folk at Tiermaker. We are going to be ranking the Xbox first-party studios. And I guess, a little bit of it can be stemming from what happened just last week with the delays over at Bethesda. There's constant talk about those studios. Who are they going to pick up next? All that sort of stuff. We're not factoring Activision in, but and I'm projecting it on screen for everyone now. Here's our list of Xbox first-party studios / Bethesda studios, and we're going to rank them into one of 5 tiers. Apparently, it's not possible to have anything worse than a C, according to the tier maker that this particular person has made. S, A, B, C, and then kind of a question mark one. I guess an unknown, like if we don't know much about it, which I don't know about you, but there's probably a couple that might fit into that category for me. But we'll go through them. We'll just go through them kind of in the order that they're presented to us here, row by row. So we'll get the ball rolling with 343 in a sec. But I guess there's one studio that they do actually own that I've noticed wasn't listed here. It was on the Bethesda side. It's ZeniMax Online, the people who do Elder Scrolls Online. So they're not listed there. So for the sake of kind of making sure that they're properly represented, throwing them a bone, I'd be throwing them in the A or B tier. I mean, Elder Scrolls Online smashes it every single time. So maybe even an A.
Yeah, chuck him in with an A.
All right. So let's move on to the list, and viewers, I'll be kind of looking off screen a little bit as I'm kind of making this work. We're starting with 343 Industries. Where do you think they fit in the mix?
Oh, it's a tough one because all they've done is Halo games. Well, not all Halo games. What are we saying? 4 and onwards? Or Reach? Trying to figure it. I can't remember.
Yeah, they were four onwards. Yeah, so 4, 5, Infinite, Master Chief Collection.
Reach 2.
Were they responsible for those kind of 2 more top-downy isometric style ones, possibly? I can't remember what they were called. I can't even search like I normally would because it's capturing my screen. So,
Oh, no.
But
dear.
yeah, they've overseen this, I guess, more modern era, the post Halo Reach era of Halo. Where do you reckon they stack up?
For me, I put them at the A tier because they're not up there as an S yet. They haven't really made. You don't hear people go, "Wow, that was a great game." It's just, yeah, it's Halo. It's okay. Or Master Chief wasn't in 5 or any of this stuff, or who knows. But I put them as an A.
I mean, I'd kind of agree with that. Like they're not they're a great studio, but they only ever seem to get multiplayer or campaign right. They can't get both at the same time. Like they're just incapable of delivering on firing on all cylinders. So, yeah, I'm with you. They're just not quite. They're not quite there. They haven't really smashed it out of the park yet, I guess.
Not
the
quite.
next one on the
They're
list,
getting close. They're getting close.
they're getting there. Yeah, this is definitely the closest they've come to kind of being in that top tier. And I guess they'll always struggle to an extent because they'll always be in the shadow of whatever Bungie did.
Bungie.
So I don't know if that kind of skews our thing or not. We'll wait and see. Next up is a team that I've heard of before, but only because of when they got bought. I know nothing otherwise. A team called Alpha Dog.
Yes.
I was pretty happy to throw them in the question mark bit.
Yeah, same. I put it as a B because all they did was mobile games, but I can't really judge their mobile games because I'd never played them.
Yeah, who knows?
So
So
put them in.
let's skip past Alpha Dog.
Sorry, Alpha Dog. Maybe
What about
next.
Arcane? So they're obviously responsible for Dishonored, Dishonored 2. They've done, I mean, plenty of games before that as well. More recently, Deathloop. They're working on the recently delayed vampire game whose name I've just lost. They did Prey.
Something with blood, you know.
Yeah, something to do. Yeah. They did Prey, like the most recent Prey. Where do you reckon they stack up?
Same again. I put them as an A. Same again. Some good games, but not great. That's just me. You could put them in an A or a B. It just depends how you're feeling on it.
I'd have argued an A or an S. And
Oh.
like, I'm not big on their games personally, but like whenever they put out a game, people lose their shit over it.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It's just like I'd maybe go down to an A simply because they're not for me, and this is our list, so fuck them.
Yeah. Up yours, other people.
So I guess we're both saying A, so maybe A is the right spot for them. But I could totally understand why anyone would give them an S, because yeah, I mean, Deathloop was a Game of the Year nominee. Prey wasn't quite, but it was still really well received. Both Dishonored were Game of the Year nominees.
People like those games. I wasn't a big fan of them, but
yeah, they're not my sort of thing, which is kind of why
people seem to like them.
Judging them more harshly, but anyway. Next up is Bethesda Game Studios. Again, recently known for their delay of Starfield, but where do you reckon they go?
Same again. I put them as an A.
Oh, see, for me, this was me separating my hatred of Fallout here. I think they're an undisputed S.
Oh, okay. Okay.
So, I don't know. Do we have to try and pitch each other at this point? I thought you were going to go
I
with
don't
me on
think
that one.
so. I'm denied about. I thought, isn't it S? But then I thought, I've played most of their games. I haven't said to myself, "Oh, that's a really great game." That's just me. Like
You didn't have that moment with like Skyrim, for example, or
well, I haven't played enough Skyrim to say, "Oh, that's a great game." Everyone else has played Skyrim. Everyone else has played Skyrim just says, "Oh, it's great." They keep talking about 11 years later how good Skyrim was.
Yeah, I know.
Or
and we've got
because
an
of
extra
an
year to do
arrow
it because Starfield's still one more year away.
Oh, well, there we go. I've got plenty of time. But if we had to divide the two, you have to round it up to the highest one. So
Oh,
S
okay.
S is a winner.
I'm a man of maths, so you're talking my language. All right. Well, based on that then.
S divided by A is 8.5. You round it up, it's an S.
Yeah, right, fair enough. I can get around that. At 8.5. Next up is the Coalition. So Gears. That's all they do these days. Gears 4, Gears 5, and Gears Tactics. Although they they assisted with Gears Tactics. No, they didn't even do that pop game. That was some other company. No, they obviously probably lent some advice, but that was about it.
Well, for this one, it was a bit tough because I thought I put him as an S.
My first thought was S.
But Gears of War 4 was a little bit of a disappointment, so it would have been an S. But Gears of War 4 was a bit average, so it comes down to an A. But that's just me. Gears 5 was great, but 4 was just...
I guess we're going to be rounding up again as a result of this. But like I had S simply because like Gears 4 is their worst game. It was their first game, and it's only gotten better since.
Yeah.
Which is why I kind of feel like they kind of get the S. It's not like a team where maybe they peaked with their first and they've just never reached that again, sort of thing.
Oh no.
Which you could, I guess you could make the argument for Bethesda, but like that's again me hating Fallout. That's kind of part of that. All right. Well, the Coalition's an S. Here's an interesting one. Compulsion Games. They did Contrast. That was a launch title for the PS4 years and years. Well, 2013, and then We Happy Few is their most recent title, which is quite a long time ago now. What do you reckon?
Done nothing. Have they done anything since?
They are working on something apparently. Like Phil Spencer has referenced the fact that they are working on something. But
of course, just like every other 2018. Studio.
Yeah, they got
just like all those other studios that got purchased. Oh, they're working on something. Great.
But we don't know what it is. So. And it's been 4 years. Like this year, surely we hear what it is, but we don't know right now.
I just put
and also just for everyone watching and listening, like that's part of our thinking too. Like the Xbox showcase is 2 weeks away, something like that.
Yeah.
So we can. I mean, who knows? Maybe we'll take a look back on this and
maybe we'll change our rankings.
Yeah. So we'll see what happens. But Compulsion, what do you got?
I put it as a C.
Yeah, I'm the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
No arguing that one.
It's like 2 games and I haven't heard anything from them. It's just. I'll just move this. A quality
I'm with you there. So, next one, depending on which way we go, I mean, this is a beloved studio for lots of people, so I'm curious to see which way we kind of go here. Tim Schafer and Double Fine. I feel like it's only one of the top 2, but I feel like we could even get killed even if we went as low as an A.
Oh, did we? I put a B.
Oh, really?
But I was just thinking, there's a lot of games there. Some of them are fans of, some of them are not. But I might change my mind and say A, because I did like Costume Quest.
Costume Quest is great. Psychonauts is awesome. And then they just keep putting out...
Brutal Legend. Okay, it's an A.
Okay, they're an A. Done. Okay, cool. That was where I was going to fit them. So hopefully the internet doesn't get too upset with the fact that we didn't give them an S, because that is something the internet would get upset about.
Hey, if Brutal Legend 2 comes out, you'll get an S.
And you get our money. So come on, make it happen.
Hey, don't worry. They're working on something. Don't worry.
Well, at least they put out a game recently. You can give them a pass.
Double pedal thing.
Well, Psychonauts 2 last year.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
All right, next one. I think you and I will probably be pretty united on this one. id.
What'd you put?
I mean, I'm saying S.
Oh, really?
Doom 2016.
Yeah, but then they put out Wolfenstein.
No, they didn't do Wolfenstein. That's another studio we'll come up to later. That's a studio we'll come up to soon.
That one. Oh, well, that's the case then. I'll put up to S then.
Oh, okay, sweet. Yeah, they haven't...
If it's just Doom, then yeah, it's an S for sure.
Yeah, Doom 2016. They kind of lent some assistance to Avalanche when they were working on Rage 2, but that was really mostly an Avalanche job. So, and obviously all that was before they got acquired. So I don't even know. Like, I guess if there's ever going to be another Rage game, I suspect it's probably going to be made by id, and if that's the case, the game will probably be better for it. But anyway, here we go. The Initiative. So they still haven't put out a game, which probably helps us with our answer. But that game that they're working on is Perfect Dark.
Yeah, well...
But I feel like we have to put a question mark, right? Because we don't know, we haven't seen the game yet.
Can we just not put them on the board at all?
We don't have a row here that says A. Yeah, quadruple A. You know, it's I guess they just don't belong on the list. We'll stick them in the question mark.
Question mark, okay.
Because they haven't got any games there, so we can't really.
Haven't got any games.
Like, how much of this is actually Crystal Dynamics in the end, anyway?
Well, they don't have any games or any staff, so there's question marks on many sides of things.
So should they even be on the list? Are they even a studio?
Probably not. Probably not. Are they a studio? Is it just a conspiracy for something else they're making? Probably not.
Yeah, probably not. Next up, we've got In Exile. So they're the ones responsible for like Wasteland, or most recently kind of Wasteland 2 and 3.
Bard's Tale
as well. And there's reports that they're working on a top-down, like an isometric Fallout game, like old school Fallout. But again, we don't know what that is yet, and if that's even true. I instantly thought B, because their games haven't been bad.
Oh, okay. Then I wasn't sure. I put them as a question mark because I don't really know any of their games. I know their name of their games, but I've never played any of their games.
Yeah. No, their games aren't bad. They're just not. I don't know. Like, I wouldn't put them in the same tier that we've currently got a Double Fine and an Arcane, for example.
That's a fair point.
But they're better than Compulsion as well. So, I don't know. That's kind of... with a few other pieces in play, I feel like it makes it a bit easy to be like, well, they're better than them, and we decided to give them a C, but they're not as good as them. We gave them an A, so I guess there's the decision made, and we don't have B pluses, so we're good.
No plus rankings. That'd be confusing.
Now we can talk Wolfenstein. Machine Games.
B.
Wolfenstein the new Wolfenstein the New Order, Wolfenstein the Old Blood, Wolfenstein 2 the New Colossus, and I guess
Youngblood.
this maybe is the black eye for Arcane that we kind of forgot about before. Arcane did Youngblood.
Which ones? Who?
Arcane, as in they're Dishonored and all them. It was one of their offshoot studios that did Youngblood. So,
Oh dear.
but they still kind of oversaw it, and I've got the shits with them for how hard Wolfenstein 2 was.
Yeah, that was a pain in the ass. That I'll agree with that. That sucked so bad.
So a B
Even
for
trying
them?
to take out. Oh yeah, absolutely a B. There's no doubt about it. Like 1, I liked 1. 2, I didn't like, and no one likes the third one. I've never heard one thing said that was good about Youngbloods.
Yeah.
Everyone-
The pass I'll give them is that Arcane did that, which probably justifies why we don't actually have them in the S tier and we only have them in an A when it comes to Arcane.
But then a lot of people said, I hate this game so much, I uninstalled it. When you uninstall a game, that's usually something it's not a good thing.
Yeah, before you finished it. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
We could, I don't know, we'll see what any teenagers watching the show today, like, let us know what you think after this one. Mojang's a C.
Probably.
They're a C.
Who's a C?
Mojang. Minecraft
Mojang.
people.
Ah. Okay.
What I don't
Well,
like.
what about
Do you have
Paul
different
Steve?
thoughts there? Like
No.
they put out Minecraft for what 15 years? No, 10,
10 years?
10
plus
15
years
years.
ago?
Yeah, and they've put out Minecraft Dungeons since, which was an okay attempt at a Diablo-like game. And Minecraft, the core Minecraft, well, they just they add high-res textures or they put in ray tracing and those sort of things, but the game is still the same game. Like, they're not doing anything for the most part.
Yeah. Yeah, let's just put it as a C, just to piss off all those
What
young
would you have
kids.
said before
I
I
wouldn't
ranted?
know. Oh, I was going to say B, but C just sounds better, just to piss off those young kids, and they'll probably call us, you all but grandpas with your Skyrim game and Pokemons and
What else we
Yu-Gi-Ohs
put up
and
the top? And you do.
Tarzos.
Geez, didn't they come out in the 80s? 90s. Fuck off.
93, you little smart ass. Wolfenstein for 3D, same time,
Yeah.
and we had
And it's
Hitler in a
still better than
machine gun.
Minecraft.
And what
Next
shall
up.
we aim? Oh, next up, go on.
Ninja Theory.
Yes.
What do you reckon?
Ooh.
I'll let you go first here because
They have like
you
an
played Hellblade, haven't you?
Yeah, like there's an S tier game with Hellblade. Then you got your C tier game with Bleeding Edge.
Yeah, good point. I forgot about Bleeding Edge.
Because I was just scrolling through all the games, like, oh yeah, Hellblade, yep, that.
DMC,
I saw
which was pretty
I saw, I saw
Enslaved.
Bleed. Yeah, then I saw Bleeding Edge. I thought, okay,
Yeah.
but they do have some other good games there. I can't just let Bleeding Edge just.
Yeah, no,
ruin
you're
it
right. I
for
mean, yeah,
everyone.
there's Hellblade, Hellblade 2, there's DMC,
Devil May
there's
Cry.
Enslaved, and there's Heavenly Sword. Going back that far, the PS3 exclusive. So, which I'm hopeful will one day be available out here via the new PlayStation Plus, and they'll have trophies
By
in
a
it.
cloud.
Yeah, not this cloud bullshit. Let me download it. But anyway, so where do you reckon, given all that? There's really only one not so
I'll
great
put
game
it
in
as-
the mix.
Yeah, I'm just gonna put it as an A. I'm not gonna let
Yep,
Bleeding
I'm with
Edge
you.
just ruin it for them.
Yep, I'm completely with you then.
I
Right.
can't put it as a. You can't put it as a B with Wolfenstein as well, because that's just insulting to
Their
Ninja
games are
Theory.
better than their games are
Yeah.
better than them.
You can't just. Yeah, that's just not fair on them.
Outside of
Outside
Bleeding Edge.
of Bleeding Edge.
And even then, that was a side project with just like a few people that had a bit of time. So it's not even their fault. Obsidian.
Where I put it as a B.
Oh,
I don't know why. I just looked at games like Outer Worlds I liked. Then I forgot about Fallout. And I just realised that then.
yeah. Like my heart says S, my head says A.
Yes, I'll say A. I forgot about Fallout New Vegas. because there is
I
grounded.
can get around A then.
There's grounded, which we haven't seen much of since the preview. There's the Outer Worlds 2, which we don't know when that's coming out. We may find out in 2 weeks' time. Who knows?
I think of all those teams that we've got in the A tier, they're the one that's got the most potential to become an S, I reckon. Well, them and Ninja Theory probably got the most potential to become an S in our eyes, specifically our eyes, simply because the thing that's held them back is that they've not had all the money in the world to work with, and that's kind of why they've put out some buggy games. None of the games have been bad, they've just had some bugs that have caused issues. Now they won't have that issue because they've got Microsoft money. I mean, they're working on the Outer Worlds 2, they're working on Avowed.
Still grounded, if that's
grounded too, wherever that's at. It's not a bad place to be in.
It's not quite Insomniac. Playground games?
Yeah. So Forza Horizon and
only one
Fable
place,
whenever it comes out.
There's only one place for playground games, and that is an S.
Yeah, I'd agree. Now they could prove us all wrong if Fable comes out and it's a dud, but they can't. They're not messing up these Forza Horizon games. They keep smashing it.
They keep just making good racing games with cars that you can drive around but don't care about because you're just having fun.
Yeah.
So, yeah, there's no doubt about it. Without a doubt, it's an S.
Yeah, no, completely agree. Well, there's not... And I don't really have anything else to add to that one for that reason. So, Rare?
I'd say leave them off this table, but... We could put them as a question mark. I don't know what they've done in years. But
Sea of Thieves is the most recent thing. Yeah. They're working on that Everwild, which is development hell, apparently.
Yeah, no one's heard from it since 2019.
They helped out with Battletoads.
Yeah, but I didn't feel like old Battletoads. But I'll put them as a C, just because they've done they have still done nothing.
No, I can get around that. I can deal with that.
Which game was it? Everwild.
Everwild, yeah.
Or something about it. 2019. Nice. Seen nothing since.
Yeah, no, I'd agree. They can get themselves out of this rut. Like Sea of Thieves is a good game. Everwild could be something. I don't know. Yeah, they just can't quite get their act together. And they used to be an S, like the clearest S there ever was.
Back in the early 2000s, they were well and truly an S.
They were the Naughty Dog or Rockstar of video games back in the 90s and early 2000s.
And then
it all went wrong. Nintendo let them go. Microsoft bought them. Nintendo let them go.
So who's laughing? Nintendo or Rare?
Definitely Nintendo.
Definitely not Xbox. Let's say.
Yeah, let's be real.
That's for sure.
Banjo Kazooie nuts and bolts, everyone. The next one I think is a clear question mark. Do you know anything about Roundhouse?
No idea.
Question mark. Moving on. Tango Gameworks. They're not even putting out games for Xbox yet.
No.
Ghostwire was a PS4 exclusive for now. Or PS5 exclusive.
That's a C for sure. And The Evil Within.
Yep.
Don't really care about that. And some other games. I couldn't read the website because it was all in Japanese. I couldn't understand what the hell.
Like they've done 2 Evil Within games, and then they've done Ghostwire, and they're all kind of swimming in 7s. So, like 7 out of 10s. So, yeah, C, you're fine. Turn 10. So the Forza Motorsport people, not the Forza Horizon people.
Oh, the old Forza Motorsports, still an S. Don't really care. Still, is this better than Gran Turismo? I don't know. I haven't played a Forza Motorsports game for a while.
Yeah, the last one was like 20...
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah, because we were talking about this last week.
Last week or something, 2019.
Because they just decided to, like, Forza 4, they thought, I'll skip the other Motorsports game and go straight to Forza 5 Horizon.
Yeah, I think, I don't know what the goal was with that, but Motorsport 8 will be out this year, most likely. It's going to be probably the only exclusive they have all year, unless, as we discussed last week, now that actually we're recording again, last week I floated this idea of the Gears collection, and then it just so happened that earlier that morning, much to my dismay, like I had no idea, it turned out that reports are going around about that exact thing. So, and apparently it's on track for this year. So,
will there be a big statue
of me because I got that right?
Yeah, wish.
We've got 2 to go. Undead Labs, which is just only known for one franchise. State of Decay. State of Decay 1 and 2.
Yes. Oh, yeah. Question mark.
Oh, you haven't played any of them, have you?
I haven't played any of them, nah.
I'd have put them in the C. Again, they just kind of...
Oh.
There's potential there, but they just don't... They're not clicking. Like, it's just not... Again, it's kind of... What did I say before about Tango? Swimming in sevens. That's kind of where those games are coming from. So.
Swimming in sevens.
And the last one, the team responsible for Age of Empires, a studio that I'd never heard of until they started ramping up the promotion for the latest Age of Empires and then started talking about trebuchets for 45 minutes. World's Edge.
World's Edge.
Which is a great name. Like, they need to go up, whatever tier we have them in, they need to go up one just for having that name.
Okay, I was just going to put them as an S because you don't diss Age of Empires no matter what. No one disses the priest.
Alright. Yeah.
No
Alright, well then that's our whole
No
thing
one can
done.
understand what... I don't know if it was World's Edge thought it'd be a great idea to throw Age of Empires into a Nutri-Grain or into a cereal box back in the early 2000s. Don't know if that was the right idea or not, but it was genius. Absolute genius.
So we'll go back through the list because I guess it'll make for an interesting conversation about how we see Xbox Studios given the results potentially. So we've got, and I'll start from the bottom and work the way up. So in our kind of question mark unknown tier, we've got Alpha Dog, The Initiative, and Roadhouse.
Yep.
I don't think we need to reassess any of those. Again, at any point, if you think, oh shit, we've gone too high or too low, let me know. We'll maybe change it. But in our C tier, we've got Compulsion, Mojang, Rare, Tango, and Undead Labs.
Yes.
B
Can't
tier,
go any lower than that.
Yeah, that's the lowest tier, which I guess like a C grade team. Not going to complain. We didn't call you D or E teams, so. At the B tier,
that'd be the Initiative. That's a D and E team.
Yeah. At the B tier, we've got In Exile and Machine Games.
Yes.
And
I agree
then,
with that.
Yep, in the A tier, we've got 343, Arcane, Double Fine, Ninja Theory, and Obsidian.
Yeah, I agree with that because they're just one good game away of reaching S tier. That's all they need.
Yeah. If
they're
one
just
of
close.
Yeah, one of Avowed or Outer Worlds come out and they're a hit again, I think they're there.
Or Gear 6, bang, you're in.
And then in our S tier, we've got... Oh, no, I mean, Gear 6 is the Coalition, but we'll talk about them in a second. In the S tier, we've got Bethesda Game Studios, the Coalition, id, Playground, Turn 10, and World's Edge.
Yeah. Who would have thought 2 racing game studios would make
I was almost tempted to have Turn 10 down one tier in the A's, but only because they don't hit like Playground does. Like even the reception to them is just not quite the same. But that's about the only one that I look at and go, because as you said, you can't diss World's Edge. Like Age of Empires is untouchable, so they've got to be in the S. We're biased.
We can make fun of Minecraft all we want,
but don't you dare touch Age of Empires.
Age of Empires is like our Minecraft. Don't you dare make
leave World's Edge alone. That's the old Britney reference.
Leave the priest alone.
Yeah, that's probably the only one that I look at and go, maybe, like, considering what they're surrounded by, maybe they're one notch lower, but I don't know.
Well, that depends. If they don't show anything at their little Xbox showcase,
knock them down.
Maybe they'll get knocked down to not a ranking. Who knows?
So with all this done, and I'll leave it there for everyone to consume for a moment longer before I bounce back to just the two of us on screen again. With all that said, what the fuck is going on at Xbox where they can have so many top tier studios and can't put out a game at all? Like the S tier, since the Xbox Series X, Xbox Series X and S have come out, Bethesda Game Studios haven't put out a game. The Coalition has put out like a DLC for Gears 5. What were we going to say? I can see your finger waving.
I'll say one game that I can think of. That's
you're keeping
from
count.
Playground. That's Playground. That's it. That's all I can think of.
Yeah, id, again, like that was kind of a port or like an up-res of Doom Eternal. The game did come out before the new consoles came out, so I won't count that. Playground, obviously, Forza Horizon 5. Turn 10, nothing yet. World's Edge put out Age of Empires last year, but that's still a PC game. It's not on Xbox.
No.
So I'm not going to count that. 343 put out Halo, so there's 2. Arcane put out Deathloop, but it's not on Xbox.
That's not on Xbox, so don't have to worry about that one.
Double Fine have put out Psychonauts 2, so we can
2.
count that. And then Ninja Theory's done nothing, and Obsidian hasn't. No, because whatchamacallit, Granted came out before the Series X came out. So we've had, 3 games? 3 games from, what's that? From 11 studios.
That's good. 3.
So,
And if you do it, and I know I make fun of it for Sony fans, but if you go to Sony, there'd be 11 games from 3 studios. That's almost
Insomniac have put out Spider-Man
Probably more
Remastered, they've
games.
put out Miles, and they've put out Ratchet.
Then also they've got Spider-Man 2 coming next year, a Wolverine
And
game.
Wolverine as well.
That's 5
Let alone...
from one studio.
We will do this for the PlayStation Studios at some point. Probably in the lead up to, like, if they announce an event and we actually have time to record an episode beforehand, we might look to try and do a similar thing and revisit after it's all done. We might even like keep this saved or whatever somewhere and shuffle things around based on what we see and what we think. But yeah, we'll do the same for PlayStation at some point. But yeah, I mean that's the question for me is like, what are they doing? Like 3 games from 11 studios is just not okay.
Yeah, I think we discussed this like a couple of weeks ago too. We scratch our heads going, what the hell is Xbox doing? And we don't know. And if they show nothing at this showcase, if it's just more trailers, no gameplay, the same question is going to be asked again of, what the hell are you doing with these 11 studios? Bethesda, what the hell, man?
And that's 11, but again, there is still NXIL, Machine, who are working on Indiana Jones, Compulsion, Mojang, Rare, Tango, Undead Labs, Alpha Dog, Initiative, and Roadhouse. Like, there's still just as many studios that we have, that weren't kind of part of that conversation there, but it's insane. Like, I don't know. I just don't know what they're doing.
No one does. I think.
And everyone just keeps saying, "Oh, this year will be the year," and then in the 2022 case, Starfield falls out and Redfall.
Vampire one.
Redfall.
Oh, Redfall. There we go.
There wasn't the word blood in it at all, but red was, and that's blood's red.
Blood's red. Unless you're an alien, it's blue. Then don't worry
green
about
or
it.
purple or some shit. But yeah. So they've kind of, I don't know. 2023 is the year, and like, okay, great, we'll get Starfield.
Then what?
And Redfall.
What's after?
But then what happens at the back end of the year?
Fallout 3 remastered. No. It's just, you can't just let Bethesda do everything. Tim, what are you doing?
They can't manage themselves. Like,
It's just ridiculous.
like Xbox can't manage all their studios. I think it's as simple as that.
But the other thing is too, but the difference between Sony and Xbox, Sony purchased studios that have worked with them in the past, where Xbox just gone, hey, want some money? Sure.
Yes, there's probably growing pains that comes out of it, right? Whereas for like an Insomniac, it's just like,
Hey,
yeah, right, we'll just keep doing
you
what
work
we're
with
doing.
us.
We know what you're about.
Do you want to just stay under us? Like, yeah, okay. And there's the ones that did Returnal. I can't remember the name off the top of my head.
Yep.
Yeah, David did the game. He's like, hey, we like you. Here's some money. Come join us.
Blue Point, same deal.
Blue Point, the same thing.
There's obviously
Guerrilla?
Bungie wasn't, but Bungie's also still going to be multi-plat, and they're still kind of getting to do their own thing, which is really showing in the news at the moment, thanks to the Jim Ryan comments that Bungie is absolutely opposed to, and they're still doubling down on their point. But anyway, what else? I've just gone blank on another studio that they picked up. Oh, even like Jade Raymond's team, who they were working exclusively with, now nowhere near as long as in Insomniac. Like, that was a 20-year relationship, but they helped build the studio. They were financing it. They're working kind of for PlayStation. They've gone, hey, this is working, and we like what you're doing. Come on in.
Here's a
just going and
check.
grabbing
Come
someone
on
off the
in.
table, just throwing giant checks at them, saying,
Like, hey, yeah,
Rouse.
you want to? Hey, yeah, you want someone to buy her? Well, too bad. We got better studios.
yeah, go find Disney or Amazon or whatever, because apparently they don't want you. Okay, good luck.
Disney. What would Disney want you? Like, oh, hey EA.
They pitched Disney. They tried
And
to.
they're just looking at us like, so you're coming to us, you people who made 2 rubbish Star Wars games, and you're like, hey,
I
can
reckon
you
that's
buy
what
us,
caused the
please?
issue for 'em.
We'll take Respawn, but the rest of you can get lost. We'll take Respawn and BioWare. You take your other little companies and buzz off.
Yeah, no, I'm with you.
And save BioWare.
Oh, please, someone save BioWare.
Hashtag save BioWare.
Save them from themselves up to a point as well. Like they're getting themselves in shit too. But EA doesn't help. Well, on that note, we'll wrap things up there. That was our tier maker for the Xbox Game Studios. Maybe, yeah, I mean, we might look at it again after their kind of, I can't remember what they're calling it, their Summer Showcase event, whatever. Their old E3 conference, basically. And potentially again after Activision joins the fold. We'll see how we go.
It's going to be interesting.
It'll be interesting, especially when you add the Activision stuff in there.
Yeah. Will they show the big acquisition of Activision at their E3, just them coming in chains, handcuffed? Sign this.
Specifically,
just Bob.
Their beloved president, Bobby Kotick, beloved, quote unquote, in chains, ready to be taken away by the feds.
Or even better, just put him in one of those little medieval things and all their staff can just throw tomatoes at him.
Oh, I can get around that. And everyone at the conference can just throw tomatoes too.
But they don't have to squash it. They can just throw a fully ripe
This
tomato.
is America. Someone's probably there with a gun. Just pop him right in the ass. No, we're not trying to kill the guy. That's horrible. Just pop a cap in his ass, make him sore.
Just give him a spud gun or something.
Yeah,
or a tennis ball gun.
Just straight to, like, giving them
just any Nerf gun,
egg.
paintball gun. Just not the one with the lead in it. Just any other gun.
Yeah, anything that's not going to kill him.
Yeah, so maybe stay off the tennis ball gun. Then that could be disastrous.
All right, we'll wrap things up there. If you enjoyed that episode of Patch, please be sure to like, share, and subscribe. All the buttons down below. Hit the notification bell. That way you're alerted to every new video the moment it goes live on the channel. That includes more Patched, Player 2 Plays, Gamer School, and a whole bunch more. Awesome stuff there. Please subscribe and go and check it out. Visit the website, player2.net.au, for reviews, previews, opinion pieces, news, features, links to the podcast series, Patch, the Player 2 Pixelcast, and Dev Diary. On the Patch podcast feed, you might have caught the interview that Matt Hewson had with some, about 3 different developers all working on Saints Row. You can check that out there and on the YouTube channel as well.
Wow, there are some arguments going on about
on
that.
On those YouTube comments. Whew,
oh, wow.
just some of the people that just still have it in for this game.
Some guy just coming off the street and just yelling things at us and going,
Traffic's
this
been good,
and that. Like, why do I have to go and change it for? I can tell you why they changed it for, because it just went to shit.
Yeah.
They got to do something about it.
People were sick of it. There's a reason why they've done what they've done.
Just live in the now, as old Garth used to say in Wayne's World.
What a reference. Yeah, true. We're on Patreon, patreon.com/player2au. You can get a few bucks. The lower tiers, early access to episodes, higher tiers, monthly episode exclusives. And finally, Twitter. Matto
Matto_Phil.
Paul James Games for me. The website's player2au. And until next week, don't buy any studios. It's not going to work for you.
I don't want to hear any bad comments about Minecraft either. Otherwise, we'll throw it off the thing altogether. If there's a D tier next week, it's going there if I hear any words.
Yeah, we'll create a D tier just to put Mojang in it. Fuck you, little 5-year-olds.
They're probably 25-year-olds now.
They are now.
Oh, well.
See you, everyone.